Today, two local high schools look to be crowned champions of Lakeshore Public Media's annual academic tournament that we call Making the Grade. Who will win this championship match? Will it be Chesterton or Valparaiso? Both teams are 3-0 in the tournament. We will find out who will receive the trophy very shortly on this edition of Making the Grade.
From safer communities to admirable performances, we power Northern Indiana, so you can do what moves you.
This is season number 8 of Lakeshore Public Media's annual academic tournament that we call Making the Grade. I'm your host, Andy Schultz, and today 8 of the best and brightest students in Northwest Indiana, and they've proven it, look to push their team into the championship spot in our bracket for this tournament. Who will take home the hardware? Of course, the Making the Grade championship trophy at stake, as well as scholarship money generously provided by NIPSCO. Which of these two teams will take it home today? Will it be Chesterton, Brandon, Andrew, Alec, and Joshua, or Valparaiso, Chanel, Sam, Caitlin, and Tim? Throughout the series, you've got a chance to meet our contestants, and they have proven why they belong to be here through all of their activities and things that they are a part of, and they're all up to some great futures as well, so we will hear from them throughout. All right, you guys ready to start this championship game? I am too. Hands on buzzers, let's get this one started right now with our first round that we call Question and Answer. It's pretty simple. You've all played the game 3 times. Your 4th time around, you know the rules. 5 points for a correct response. There's no penalty for an incorrect response. We'll just give the other team a chance at those 5 points. Okay, here we go. Hands on buzzers. Let's get this one started right now. It began with a break-in at the Democrat National Committee headquarters in the summer of 1972. Tim from Valparaiso.
Watergate.
Watergate is correct. The scandal that ended 2 years later in the resignation of President Nixon. Yes, 5 points for Valpo, and you're on the board first. Which Dr. Seuss character ends up with a total of 500 hats? Caitlin from Valpo.
Cat in the Hat.
It is not the Cat in the Hat. Chesterton. Andrew.
Yertle the Turtle.
It was not Yertle. That was Bartholomew Cubbins. That's a little more obscure. I haven't read that one. Maybe you have. All right, here we go. No points lost, of course, at any point in the game. Here's another 5-point clue. In a scientific experiment, you are testing to see whether what type of... Joshua from Chesterton.
Hypothesis?
Yes, hypothesis. What type of educated guess is actually true? 5 points for Chesterton. You're on the board. What American artist's action toys were a precursor to his more famous mobiles? Joshua from Chesterton.
Henry Ford.
It was not Ford. Tim from Valpo.
Old.
It was not. It was Alexander Calder. All right. Here we go. Another 5-pointer coming your way. Give the most common adjective that describes the pronouns anyone, somebody, and nobody. Andrew from Chesterton.
Indefinite.
Yes, correct. Indefinite pronouns, 5 points for Chesterton, and you take the lead. In 1999, what Delaware senator sponsored a bill creating his namesake retirement account that can grow tax-free if taxes are paid on the money before it enters the account? Brandon from Chesterton.
Roth.
That is correct. William Roth Jr., specifically the Delaware Center, the Roth IRA. 15 for Chesterton. Here's another one. He is credited with starting the first Viking settlement in what is now Greenland. Name this colorful Andrew from Chesterton.
Leif Erikson.
It is not Leif Erikson. I'll finish it or I won't. Tim.
Eric the Red.
Eric the Red is who we were looking for there. 5 points for Valparaiso. You're up to 10. What drug is taken by many characters in Aldous Huxley's novel Brave New World? Brandon from Chesterton.
Opium.
It was not. Valpo. Tim.
LSD.
They called it Soma, specifically. They also gave him high dosages of Making the Grade, so truly was dystopian. All right. Valpo and Chesterton, 15 to 10 so far, with Chesterton that narrow advantage. Here's your 5-point clue. What huge piece of metal used by blacksmiths is a place for hot metal? Andrew from Chesterton.
Anvil.
Anvil is correct. Quick on the buzzer. 5 points for Chesterton. You're up to 20. What American poet wrote "Let America Be America Again" and "Montage of a Dream Deferred"? Joshua from Chesterton.
Robert Frost.
It was not Frost. Valpo? James Langston Hughes. 5-pointer here. Name the Baltimore native who, after winning 14 Supreme Court cases as U.S. Solicitor General, was appointed by Lyndon Johnson to become the first black U.S. Supreme Court Justice. Tim from Valpo.
Thurgood Marshall.
That is correct. Thurgood Marshall. 5 points for Valpo. You're up to 15. Built by the Emperor Hadrian, it is now the burial place of the artist Raphael and of several Italian kings. Identify this Roman temple, whose name is Greek for all gods. Joshua from Chesterton.
The Pantheon.
Pantheon, correct. Hadrian, of course, the name of the emperor. Yes, 5 points for Chesterton. He was the nominal king of France from age 5 to age 22, though most of the power during that time went to his mother Anne and her favorite Italian minister. Name this monarch who ruled France himself from age 22 until his death. Joshua from Chesterton.
Louis XIV.
Yes, King Louis XIV in 1715 at age 76. That's correct. 5 more for Chesterton. A circadian occurrence is something that happens about every 24 hours. Spell the word circadian. Andrew from Chesterton.
Circadian.
Is correct. 5 points for Chesterton. Circadian. Yes. 5-point clue here. In 2016, 3 Jeopardy contestants all ended up with 0 by betting everything on Final Jeopardy and missing a clue that referred to the 1957 integration of what state capital's Central High School by 9 black students? Andrew from Chesterton.
Alabama.
Not Alabama. Sam. Valpo.
Arkansas.
Go ahead.
Arkansas. Little Rock, Arkansas.
I have to take your first response. We were looking for the city. You did correct it, but I cannot take it. Little Rock, Arkansas was correct, but no points awarded there. And I also thought that was going to be about Jeopardy. It turned out not to be. All right. Good. Well, we've played one round of play. You guys know many points coming your way in the later rounds. Chesterton with that 35-15 lead right now. All right. So if you want to change my ruling, by the way, those on the crew, about the Little Rock, Arkansas answer, you are welcome to do so. You have the authority. We continue on. We are going to give it to you. Okay, so they are disagreeing with my initial analysis. 20 points now for Valparaiso. Glad they corrected that. Thank you very much, guys. Second round of play that we call Pop Quiz. This is everybody's least favorite round, right? It's a one-on-one competition. Joshua and Chanel, Sam and Alec, Andrew and Caitlin, Tim and Brandon will cycle back around again and keep going with the 5-point clues. Still, no penalty for an incorrect response. All right, Joshua, Chanel, this one is for you. Baffin Bay is located between Greenland and what country north of the United States? Joshua from Chesterton.
Canada.
Canada is correct. 5 more. Alec and Sam, this one's for you. Complete this definition found in the ancient geometry book Euclid's Elements. Of quadrilateral figures, a blank is that which is both equilateral and right-angled. Alec from Chesterton.
Perpendicular.
Not perpendicular. Sam?
Square.
Square is correct. 5 points for Valparaiso. You're up to 25. Which simple machine makes vertical lifting easier by lengthening the distance along which a weight needed to be moved to reach the needed height? Andrew from Chesterton.
Inclined plane.
Yes, inclined plane. 5 more for Chesterton. We continue on with Brandon and Tim. The 1915 British novel The Good Soldier begins, "This is the saddest story I have ever heard. Name its author, whose first name and last name are the same and are shared with the last name of a major American car manufacturer." Tim from Valpo.
Ford.
Can we give that?
Henry Ford.
We can. Okay. They are saying they will take it. Ford, Maddox Ford specifically, they're looking for there. 5 points for Valparaiso. Joshua and Chanel, this one is for you. In 1866, Friedrich Kekulé discovered that what organic compound has a ringed or circular atomic structure? Joshua from Chesterton.
Water.
It is not water. Chanel, want to take a shot? Go ahead. It's not carbon. That was benzene. Alec and Sam, a 5-pointer for you. In what classic film does Humphrey Bogart play an American cafe owner named Rick who lives in World War II Morocco? Sam from Valpo.
Casablanca?
Yes, Casablanca, 5 more for Valparaiso. Andrew and Caitlin. What European country is home to the Winter Palace in St. Petersburg? And both Andrew from Chesterton.
Russia.
Russia is correct, 5 more for Chesterton. Brandon and Tim. It pitted the Plantagenets against the Valois to see who would govern France. Identify this long conflict between 1337 and 1453. Tim from Valpo.
The 100 Years' War?
Yes, 100 Years' War, 5 points for Valparaiso. Joshua Chanel, for you. What cabinet post was held by Frances Perkins, who served under FDR as the country's first female cabinet member? Joshua from Chesterton.
Secretary of State.
It was not Secretary of State. Chanel? Go for it.
Secretary of Treasury.
It was not. It was the Secretary of Labor position. Sam and Alec, another 5-pointer for you. In the novel My Friend Flicka, Flicka nearly dies from a blood infection that is saved by the boy raising her, who catches pneumonia and almost dies himself in the process. What kind of animal is Flicka? Sam from Valparaiso.
A rabbit.
It was not a rabbit. Alec, go ahead.
A dog.
It was not a dog. Flicka was a horse. Andrew, Caitlin, for you. What substance found in your mother's kitchen got its name because its smell is a combination of cinnamon, nutmeg, and cloves? Andrew from Chesterton.
Allspice.
Allspice, yes, correct. Not to be confused with Old Spice, something totally different. Brandon and Tim, for you, a 5-pointer. It lists topics in alphabetical order and, before the internet, usually contained more than 1 volume. So, Brandon from Chesterton.
An encyclopedia?
Yes, encyclopedia. 5 more for Chesterton. Takes you to 60, and we have played 2 rounds in a tight one. Chesterton with a 60-40 lead. This is the championship game with the winner taking home that Making the Grade trophy. All right, let's move on to our 3rd round of play. Points of plenty coming up here in Class Project. You guys have played the game, you know the rules. I give 3 clues that all point toward 1 answer. If you give me the correct response after 1 clue, it's worth 30 points. After 2 clues, it's worth 20. And if I read all 3 clues, it's worth 10 points. Both teams can respond at those 3 different levels, no penalty. All right, here we go. 3 clues, 1 answer. Starting with social studies, here's your 30-point clue. He took power the first time after a revolt of the sergeants and stayed for 11 years. Brandon from Chesterton.
Napoleon Bonaparte.
It was not Napoleon. Sam from Valpo.
Mao Zedong.
Not Mao Zedong. 20-point clue. When he came back in 1952, he led a coup that resulted in Havana. Brandon from Chesterton.
Fidel Castro.
It was not Castro. I will finish it for Valparaiso. He led a coup that resulted in Havana becoming a Latin Las Vegas because of his connections with the American mafia. Go ahead, Sam.
Cesar Chavez.
It was not Chavez. 10-point clue. Here it comes. This Cuban dictator, on January 1st, 1959, was overthrown by Fidel Castro. That was Fulgencio Batista y Salvador. Right? Just rolls off the tongue so naturally. It's all right, I didn't know it either. Good thing I have the cards. All right, moving on. We are on the math side of things here for 3 more clues, 30 points. First clue. The French mathematician Pascal created the formula to find all of this theorem's coefficients and put them in the shape. Andrew from Chesterton.
Binomial theorem.
Yes, binomial theorem for Pascal. 30 points for Chesterton. You're up to 90. All right. Last 3 clues of this round. We are in the literature category. 30 points. Everybody's back in. The novel where he appears begins on the day this main character leaves the Pennsylvania school called Pensy Prep. Brandon from Chesterton.
Oh, never mind.
Valpo, want to take a shot?
Quaker Oats.
Any guesses? All right. 20-point clue, same answer. Eventually, this main character meets his sister Phoebe, spends 3 days wandering around New York City, and spends another period of time in a mental hospital. Joshua from Chesterton.
The Sound and the Fury.
Not Sound and the Fury. Valpo? 10-point clue. Name this main character of the J.D. Salinger novel, The Catcher in the Rye. In time? I don't know. Yes, we were? Okay, go ahead, Sam.
Frank.
Not Frank. Any guesses, Chesterton, quickly? Go ahead, Alex.
Sarah.
No, sorry. We're looking for Holden Caulfield. Holden Caulfield. All right. Hear a lot of groaning. Oh, yeah. That's all right. Hey, we've played 3 rounds, and it's anyone's game still in our championship game. Chesterton with a 90-40 lead. But you know you can wipe those deficits out pretty quickly here in our 4th round. It's called Final Exam. Take a look at the board. You will see 6 categories, each containing 5 questions worth 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30 points respectively. We'll take them in that order, and the team that controls the board is the one that answered last correctly, except for this first turn, which goes to Valparaiso. You trail by 50 right now. Where would you like to start with a 10-point clue?
We'll go countries.
Countries, 10-point clue there. Guernsey and Jersey are 2 of the small channel islands in the English Channel, just southeast of England and northwest of this country. Joshua from Chesterton.
France.
France, yes. The first 10 points of the round go to Chesterton, and it's your board. You can stay with countries or go somewhere else.
We'll go to British literature.
British literature, 10 points there. In 1897 novel by Bram Stoker, originally called The Undead, had its name changed at the last minute to its title character. Andrew from Chesterton.
Dracula.
Yes, Dracula. 10 more points for you. Your control.
Classical music for 10.
Classical music, 10 points. Robert W. Smith's Third Symphony is nicknamed for this Cervantes fictional character. Joshua from Chesterton.
Don Quixote.
Yes, you had to know the novel, not the song. All right, Joshua, 10 points for Chesterton. You control. What would you like to do?
U.S. government.
U.S. government, 10 points. This political status allows a person in the U.S. to get a federal job, get a passport, and vote. Andrew from Chesterton.
Citizenship.
Yes, that is correct. 10 more for Chesterton. Your board again.
Science for 10.
Science, 10 points. The element mercury has an atomic number of 80, meaning that an atom of its 202 isotope has this number of neutrons. Brandon from Chesterton.
122.
Yes, 122. 10 more points for Chesterton. You're up to 140. Your board.
Pre-calculus.
Pre-calculus, 10 points there. The standard trig identity for the equivalent of sine 2x. Alec from Chesterton.
Cosine 2x minus 1.
Incorrect. Valparaiso, Tim.
2 sine x cosine x?
Yes, 2 sine x cosine x. 10 points for Valpo. You're on the board again, and you control it.
Whatever you want.
Countries 15.
Countries, 15. The Vikings began what are now this island nation's cities of Limerick, Wexford. Joshua from Chesterton.
Ireland.
Ireland, yes, 15 for Chesterton. Your board.
And then British literature for 15.
British literature, 15. This character's last name is now a dictionary word, meaning someone who lives by himself and survives on his own talents. Chanel from Valpo.
Hobbit.
It is incorrect. Chesterton. Andrew.
Jack of all trades.
No, that was Robinson Crusoe. Chesterton, your board. What would you like to do?
Classical music for 15.
Classical music, 15. This 19th century Polish composer's known compositions all include the piano and have nicknames like Revolutionary Etude. Andrew from Chesterton.
Chopin.
Yes, Frederick Chopin, 15 for Chesterton. Your board.
U.S. government for 15.
U.S. government, 15. This cabinet department is in charge of both the Secret Service and the Coast Guard. Brandon from Chesterton.
Department of Defense.
It is not the Department of Defense. Valparaiso. Sam?
Department of Intelligence.
Incorrect. It is the Department of Homeland Security. Chesterton.
Science for 15.
Science, 15. Your central nervous system has two colors of matter, gray, which contains dendrites, and this color, which contains axons. Andrew from Chesterton.
Red.
It is not red. Valpo? Sam?
Blue.
Not blue. It is white matter in the nervous system. Chesterton.
And then pre-calculus for 15.
Pre-calculus 15. Give all values of x between 0 and 2 pi that satisfy the equation sine x equals 1 over the square root of 2. Brandon from Chesterton.
Pi over 4, 3 pi over 4, 5 pi over 4, and then 7 pi over 4.
That's incorrect. Valparaiso? Chanel?
Pi over 2 and 3 pi over 2.
Also incorrect. It was actually just your first two responses, Brandon. Pi over 4 and 3 pi over 4. You gave me a little bit too much info and I can't take it. Sorry about that. Chesterton, you do control the board though.
Countries for 20.
Countries, 20. This country's new Marmarai railway tunnel connects its European part with its Asian part. Joshua from Chesterton.
Russia.
It is not Russia. Valparaiso. Sam.
Turkey.
Yes, Turkey. 20 points for Valpo. You're back in and you're bored. You're up to 70.
Countries.
Countries, 25. This small North African country on the Mediterranean Sea is considered the birthplace of the Arab Spring. The name of its capital city sounds almost like the name of the country. Tim from Valparaiso.
Tunisia.
Yes, capital's Tunis. 25 for Valpo. You're bored.
Countries.
Countries, 30. This small South American country that became independent from Holland in 1975 has a capital. Andrew from Chesterton.
Venezuela.
It was not Venezuela. I'll finish it for Valparaiso. Independent from Holland in 1975 has a capital of Paramaribo. Tim.
Surname.
Yes, Suriname. 30 points for Valparaiso. The comeback starts. What would you like to do?
Pre-calculus 20.
Pre-calculus 20. A 2x2 matrix has a top row of x and 7 and a bottom row of -3 and 11. Give the value of x such that the determinant of the matrix is 76. Pencils are moving quickly. Working on the pre-calc here. It's quick. I don't think in time. No, sorry, Joshua. X equals 5 in that case. Sorry. Valparaiso.
Pre-calculus 25.
Pre-calculus 25. Solve for x if the log of the quantity 2 times the quantity x plus 5 equals 4. Pencils moving furiously again. These are hard ones. I'm glad I have the answers in front of me. Do we get it in time? Yeah? Okay, Chanel?
Natural log of 4 over 2.
Incorrect. And we were up against the buzzer, unless anyone, nope, sorry about that. All right, that we were looking for x equals 4,995 in that case. I don't know. All right, Valpo, you're bored, less than 2 minutes to go in the game.
Pre-calculus 30.
Pre-calculus 30. A right triangle has an angle z between the base and the hypotenuse. Give the sine of angle z as a decimal if the triangle has a base of 32 feet and a height of 24 feet. I'm just glad you guys are the future of our country, because I am clueless here. It's been a long time since I took the pre-calc. Andrew from Chesterton.
3 over 5.
That is incorrect. Caitlin from Valparaiso.
0.6.
It is 0.6. I did have to ask for it as a decimal. Sorry, Andrew. You were right, but not quite enough. 30 for Valpo. You're bored.
What do we pick one?
U.S. government 20.
U.S. government 20. This cabinet department includes the Bureau of Land Management and U.S. Geological Survey. Brandon from Chesterton.
The Department of Interior.
Yes, that is correct. 20 for Chesterton, your control of the board.
We'll go to British literature for 20.
British literature 20. In this medieval epic, this title warrior kills the monster Andrew from Chesterton.
Beowulf.
Beowulf, 20 more points for Chesterton. Your board again.
And then British literature for 25.
British literature, 25. This Shakespeare play includes Cicero, Cinna, Andrew from Chesterton.
Othello.
It was not Othello. I'll finish it for Valpo, or I won't.
Tempest.
Sam, go
The
ahead.
Tempest.
It was not the Tempest. We were looking for Julius Caesar. And that is the end of our game. Congratulations to both teams on being here. It was a greatly contested and very close final by the end there. But Chesterton is our season number 8 champions. Congratulations to both teams and both coaches as we want to present our teams with our trophies. So I want to invite the coaches to come forward, as well as Lakeshore Public Media's president and CEO, James Muhammad. Thanks so much, James, for being a part of it.
Great job.
And you have some words to share with these folks.
Yes, definitely want to thank all of the teams that participated in this season of Making the Grade, and definitely congratulate Valparaiso and Chesterton for making it to the finals. Questions very difficult, but through this show we can see the promise of our youth, how brilliant our young people are right here at home in Northwest Indiana, and we are made proud by your presence here, and thank you so much for being here. We'd also like to thank a very good corporate citizen, the company NIPSCO, sponsoring the scholarships for the winners of Making the Grade. So we're happy that you tuned in to watch this show to see the best of Northwest Indiana. And please join me in congratulating our second place winners, Valparaiso, and also champions of season 8 of Making the Grade, Chesterton High School. And I like that fashion statement you're making there.
Thank you. Coach Chris Hackett of Chesterton, Coach Chantal Melkai of Valparaiso. Well done. We will see you next season. It's been a fun one here in 2018, but we'll bring it back. Season number 9, 2019 comes your way then. That will do it for this edition of Making the Grade. We will see you then.
From safer communities to admirable performances, we power Northern Indiana, so you can do what moves you.